CIA director secretly met with Zelenskyy before invasion to reveal Russian plot to kill him as he pushed back on U.S. intelligence, book says.
Here's a summary of the article.
CIA Director Bill Burns met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on a secret trip to Kyiv ahead of the Russian invasion last year to share news that appeared to surprise the Ukrainian leader. The Russians were plotting to assassinate him. At that time, in January 2022, Zelenskyy had been dismissing the idea that Russians would carry out an unprovoked invasion of Ukraine and was suggesting America's public warnings were creating a panic, noted Chris Whipple in his forthcoming book, The Fight of His Life, inside Joe Biden's White House. Just weeks before Russia invaded, Zelenskyy expressed concerns that such warnings would have a negative impact on the Ukrainian economy, and emphasized that Kyiv was used to facing threats from Russia. Burns had come to give him a reality check, and the CIA director shared that Russian special forces were coming for Zelenskyy, writes Whipple, adding that President Joe Biden told Burns to share precise details of the Russian plots. Russia invaded Ukraine the next month, launching the largest military conflict in Europe since World War II. Since that time, Ukrainian officials have spoken about Zelenskyy surviving more than a dozen Russian assassination attempts. Who interviewed Burns, gives readers a glimpse of how the stakes were laid out to Zelenskyy as he tried to push back on U.S. warnings about an impending invasion. As previously reported, Burns also shared a blueprint of Putin's invasion plan during that visit in Zelenskyy's office to help him prepare.
This post received a score of 73,000, with an upvote ratio of 88%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
You know it's serious when the director of the CIA comes and knocks on your door at 3 a.m.
Who the fuck is this, paging me at 5:46 in the morning?
Cracker, dawn and now I'm yawning. Wipe the cold out my eye, thinking who's this paging me, and why?
It's my man Pop from the barbershop told me he was in the gambling spot and heard some intricate plot.
The people wanna stick me like flypaper neighbor. Slow down, love, please chill, drop the caper.
Remember your neighbors up in Brownsville that you rolled dice with, smoked blunts and got nice with? Yeah, my guy fame up in Prospect, nah, them my people, nah, love wouldn't disrespect.
I didn't say them, they schooled to some haters that you knew from back when you were clocking minor figures.
Now they heard you blowing up like nitro and they wanna stick the knife in your windpipe slow.
Greater than President Joe Biden told Burns to share precise details of the Russian plots. Not every recent U.S. president would have helped Zelenskyy in this way. Thank God Joe was the one in the Oval.
Zelenskyy's family very well may not be alive now if it wasn't for that move.
I wonder how Ukraine would have fared overall without Zelenskyy, especially in those early weeks. From what I've read about him, he wasn't the best of the best, but he really stepped up when Russia invaded. I don't think Ukraine would be in the same place right now without him. Based on the attempted actions, I think Putin knew this as well. And his quips are legendary.
The most remarkable thing was that even though the odds were heavily against Ukraine at the beginning of the conflict, he did not abandon and flee his country to save himself, he stayed in Kyiv the whole time. Makes you wonder how many of our world leaders would have done the same in that situation.
Greater than, he did not abandon and flee his country to save himself, he stayed in Kyiv the whole time. I don't need a ride, I need more ammunition.
There is a photo of him and few other people in open street in Kyiv. A year later he took exact same shot at exact same place with exact same people. Proba biggest, fu we're still here? That Putin ever got.
That video of him and the other officials in the dim city light on the streets where he says something along the lines of, the foreign minister is here. The lead general is here. The secretary of state is here. The prime minister is here. The president is here. We are all still here and we are all going to keep fighting. It's so fucking badass and beautiful and made me tear up. Legends.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.